Just on Green Bridge on Meal Estate, looking at the damage from last night of the storm. A few branches been affected next to the brook, as you can see in the distance. Quite a heavy one if we come away. Quite a heavy bit of damage there, you can see. I'm just going to go for a stroll along the brook and see what the damage is. You can all see yourselves. So I'll be pausing the video at different stages as I walk along, and then obviously starting the camera again. We need to find some damage. Just behind Moneybrook Way, and see what the damage is down here. Obviously a lot of small branches, and obviously your leaves this time of the year down. So just having a look. It's obviously come off. There's a few more down here as well. As we can see so far, it's had its good bash. The storm last night, and with these winds we're going to get some more tonight. That's some more down here, look. There's a big one down here, and over here as well. This is behind Moneybrook Way. Look at that. And as you can see, sadly there's some wet wipes here that have been here for a while and have been documented, obviously due to the sewerage problem. Here's some more branches that are down. It's really, really bad. I think, to be honest, this is the worst I've seen it so far in my lifetime. Look at that, blocking the path. It's done some damage. Let's just zoom out. Look at that. So I'm going to pause the video again and carry on walking, minding I'm not tripping up over these branches. This section behind Moneybrook Way doesn't seem to be affected. As we shall carry on. I spoke too soon. I don't like the look of that swaying down. Let's get another look at that. All the result of the storm last night. I shall carry on. Don't know if you can hear the winds gathering pace. Here we are over towards Millbrace Island. Unfortunately, people have been leaving their dog poo bags here. Lovely. Let's carry on making our way downstream. Oh dear, some more. There's the Brooklands pub just over there. The countryside team lads will have some work cut out next week. Obviously not just here but elsewhere in the town. God, I haven't seen this bad. It's a good job someone wasn't standing there. It's left a trail of destruction. Garage there. Island just on our right. Just having a look. I can't see any as of yet. Obviously, as the Fisheries Warden for Shrewsbury Town Fisheries on the Rea Brook, all of this will get documented and passed on, and obviously will get sorted. Obviously branches hanging over, and obviously hanging over into the brook itself, and obviously obstructing. It all gets passed on and sorted out, so you don't need to worry about anything like that. Still can't see any damage on the Meal Brace golf course now, so we'll carry on going downstream and having a look. Well, nothing's been seen so far, but over in the distance looks like a branch has come down. We'll see it more when we get near. Just side of the golf course, obviously always keep to your left hand side because of golfers, and obviously the winds are still high. Some disregarded branches. The golf course. The Rea Brook fishing channel. Development as well. The Shrewsbury Town Fisheries YouTube channel. At the time of this video, obviously it's all within earnest, but I've already set up the Shrewsbury Town Fisheries channel, and obviously we'd be developing that, and obviously the Rea Brook fishing, and what I'm going to be wanting is obviously people to come forward, you know, on both channels and be a part of those channels. And a little idea I've got for the Rea Brook, plodding in my mind yesterday, was perhaps like memory walks, so for anglers and members of the public that can remember the Rea Brook and were a part of the Rea Brook from days gone by, can perhaps meet up, walk along different spots and share their memories, each person, and obviously put them up on the channel. So watch this space. But as I said, it's all within earnest at the moment, and we will be developing it on both channels, so keep an eye out for updates as well, both on the Facebook outlets and on the channels here as well. Busy, exciting times ahead for both Shrewsbury Town Fisheries and Rea Brook fishing. The Rea Brook fishing started in 2016 just as a hobby, because I grew up on the Rea Brook, I'm very young, and family and what have you, and it was just set up then as a regular Joe public. And obviously been involved with Shrewsbury Town Fisheries in my roles, and Rea Brook fishing just carried along alongside it. But obviously the Rea Brook fishing channel will focus on obviously more Rea Brook related stuff, and obviously the Shrewsbury Town Fisheries will focus on, you know, Shrewsbury Town Fisheries waters, obviously, which Rea Brook is obviously a part of, and will develop obviously as well, you know, be the main YouTube channel, but obviously the Rea Brook fishing will be like a little hobby side outlet, so it's going to be very, very good in the long run. But I shall crack on walking further downstream and keep our eye out for some more damage from the storm. Some more debris. Damage there. Obviously be mindful if you're walking along in case you trip up on these branches. I definitely think not for this storm. Doesn't seem to be any real damage along this part of the golf course, the main part that runs along the brook. But again, as I've been saying, we'll carry on walking down. But if you've got any suggestions for the YouTube channels, then let me know. Obviously comment and or private messages on the Facebook outlets and let us know. Going on to the Shrewsbury to Hereford line bridge. I can remember when they put that bridge in. It was about 20 years ago. They've seen better days, but obviously we are due to have signs being put up, professional signs along the Rea Brook fishery, so watch this space on that, and obviously we'll document that as well when the time comes. It's a bit more damage. Carry on making my way down. See the brook under our feet. Always goes a murky brown very easily, the brook, with a little bit of rain. Again, the wind's picking up. Obviously if you're going to come down here, I'd be very careful at the moment, because obviously in the past I've been down on the Rea Brook. It was behind Moneybrook Way, and one of the big branches just snapped and fell, so just be very, very careful. Some more down here snapped. Let's make our way down. There you go. I can remember as a kid, about I think the summer in 1999, all this was just emptied, and between these two trees here was a BMX jump, and we used to come riding down here as kids and go over the jump here in between these two trees. I think it's long gone now. Bit more damage there. Just going over the road between Mill Race Island and Rea Brook Island. The infamous albino magpie mural. If I'm correct, this is the second version, or maybe the third version actually. We're heading now towards the famous Blue Bridge. Another one along the pathway. It's like an obstacle course walking along here. On the other side of the golf course. Let's make our way through. It's the brook to our left. Obviously as well, I'll be doing fishery guides as well to the waters, and especially the Rea Brook, because I know people have requested that in the past. It might be easier for me just to do videos and show you each section of the brook, so you can use it as a resource guide when you want to come and fish on the Rea Brook, and obviously the other waters we have as well, the Shrewsbury Town Fisheries. Let's make our way along. Used to be a sewerage plant around this area, and obviously on the YouTube channels I'll also be doing history as well about the Rea Brook and showing you different parts of the history of it over the years, and it'd be interesting for those to watch if they're interested and find out some hidden or unknown knowledge of the Rea Brook and its history. And that's from the Romans, Mills, the Domesday Book, its connection to the development of western fly fishing, the lot. So keep a lookout. I'll be doing it over time, but obviously, as I said before, just watch this space. This is my first video I'm uploading and developing, so this is the foundation stone. Heading now towards the Blue Bridge. It's just in the distance. There's not many people around today. And here we are at the famous Blue Bridge. There's a bank collapse there. before long we were getting the flooding. Let's go down and have a look. Always nice and peaceful to sit here. Well, there's been a lot of bank collapsing the last few years on the Rea Brook, sadly. Housing develops in the distance. I can't even see the old farmhouse now. Just have the Sutton Grange nurseries, which are obviously long gone now. Autumn sky. We're headed now towards what's known as the Sandy Beach area. Sandy Beach is just over there. We're going to walk round. Haven't spotted any anglers on here today. This sadly in the past has been a bit of a poaching hotspot. There you go, I think it's another one. We've had to keep our eye on it. Banks were dug out, obviously that should not be happening. So nobody should be digging the side of the banks out, it's not within our rules. Let's carry on going down. Don't know if you can hear the winds. It's going to be a bit of a long one, this video, despite the fact that I'm pausing it as well, but it goes to show you how extensive the Rea Brook fishery is. We just headed to the Sandy Beach, as we call it. Fresh debris. So the bank collapsed there around last Christmas, if I remember rightly. The bank in the last couple of years has really pushed back the really push back. Always be very careful along here because there's a drop. Be very, very careful if you're in the water wading. The drop's just along here. It's really massive drop, so always be careful. Let's carry on making our way down. It's very, very quiet down here. Let's have a look down at Sandy Beach. Obviously, if you've been watching this video for this long, thank you very much for watching and your patience and your time. Let's carry on making our way down. Wind's picking up. Obstacle in the water. We're heading now towards an old sluice and an old mill. Obviously the mill's long gone, but as I said before earlier on in the video about the development of the channel, and you know, and I'm going to be doing some history videos on the old mills, because apparently in the Doomsday Book the mills on the Rea Brook were some of the most productive in the United Kingdom, which is very, very interesting. But there's the old sluice. I've always wanted to know how deep it is down there. But the mill was located in the woods here. It was derelict for a long time. It was before my time. And sadly I've heard that someone had committed suicide in one of the derelict buildings, which caused, I think from what I'd heard, I could be wrong, obviously comment and correct me, which caused the buildings to be demolished in the end. It's sad that someone took their own life. There's the brook, remember rightly, look at the maps, I'll show you all this in time, diverted through here. So this would have been obviously part of the original layout and structure. This is known as the mill pool. But we'll crack on walking down. The brook's to our right, as we can see. At the time of the year, obviously I'd always recommend a good pair of wellies, Wellington boots. But as I said, the mill was located there in the woods. Let's have a look down here. It's the old spring building is along here on the opposite bank. It was a natural spring. Remember rightly, it's still there now, but it was a Victorian spring, and people used to go there and fill up their bottles with, I think it was a magical water, I think it was known as. There is a picture on one of the notice boards, I'll show it you shortly, showing you an actual picture of the mill, and it was taken from over here looking this way, and you'll see it, the old mill, and there used to be a house which is long gone, but the wall's still there. It's grade listed if I remember correctly. Obviously before I make the videos I'll obviously recheck my history and get the facts right, but obviously at the moment I'm just walking along, you know, it's coming back into my mind, the different bits of history to share with you. But there's the green bridge over there, which replaced an old one, as we make our way towards it. There's a lot of good grayling along here with nymph fly, fast water, quite shallow but fast. Let's carry on making our way down. It's a beautiful bit of sunlight. It's the green bridge in the distance. As I said, obviously that's where the mill site was. But no, I think the picture was taken over here, and the mill's over here. I'll show you the picture in a minute. It's just over there on the notice board as you come up to the green bridge, if you're going to walk over, or if you've walked over it from this side. As we go across the green bridge, you'll see the old footings for the old bridge. I can very, very vaguely remember it. I'll go around. These winds are really getting up now. There it is, the green bridge. You can see the old footings there, and here of the old bridge. Here it is. There's a load of these information signs dotted about. That's the spring I was telling you about. That's one of my photographs I took. And that's the old mill that I was showing you, Sutton Mill. So the brook's coming round here, it's taken over there. I think I have put a picture of it up in the past on the Facebook pages, Rea Brook page it's on, and I think it would have been shared on the Shrewsbury Town Fisheries as well, so you'll have to check that out. Going over the green bridge, we should be able to just get through. On the peak of the green bridge now, looking down. At the back of White Hart, as you can see, some branches of brook just suspending themselves over the brook. But this, if I remember rightly, this bridge is the boundary to the Abbey parish, if I remember correctly. As I said, everything's coming back to my mind as I'm walking along. And boundary stone, I think, is over in that location, the original boundary stone. I'm just making my way down. Let's make our way down. Small collapse. As I said, you know, make sure you wear some suitable footwear coming down here, especially this time of the year as winter develops further in. As we walk through, make our way up now to the back of Sutton Farm. There's a lot of stone here, so it'd be interesting to know what the history was here. Making our way towards the newly installed fish pass, which I'm proud to say I was involved with and helped to have put in. I shall talk to you more about that as I get near there. I am going to make a separate video about it at some point in the future, so keep your eyes peeled. Hopefully you can hear the wind. Obviously be careful if you're coming down because of all the branches and the mud as well. It's slippery down here. Obviously, this is the new diversion of the Rea Brook. It originally used to go through there and go through. This was done about 2009, 2008. But the original brook went through there, not through here, and I'll tell you more as we go along. Obviously, where it originally go, it still very lightly flows through. As we go down here, we're going further towards a lot of history, which, as I said, I'll document in videos for you. The monks are near the abbey, because they used to have cart pools in the car park where it is now, so I'll document all that and show you in time. Let's carry on making our way downstream. Obviously the tunnel down here, up along here, is the old Shrewsbury to Bridge North railway line. And obviously they built, two tunnels. One is here, it was just field under here. And the other one, the brook used to go through, but it collapsed, which they blocked it up and diverted the brook through here. So they run it through here instead. I think this was completed the back end of 2009, around this time of the year, or just over. I think it was just over 11 years ago. But obviously, as I said originally, you'd have had your trains going along here, and I will document a video of that in time. And there are pictures recently that surfaced that were taken from one of the council estate at Springfield, further on up, photographed this way, and when you can see the trains going through, and all over where Sutton Farm is, it's all just fields. So very, very interesting history. Let's make our way down. I think this video is going to be an hour long, you know. I've got a funny feeling. But again, thanks for watching and being patient. And obviously, the classic, like and subscribe. But I'll go back through and show you the other tunnel. Obviously these stairs lead you to the old railway line. Now it's a public walkway and cycle track. But this, I said again, isn't the original flow of the brook. It was put in. The original flow was the other side. So here it was just fields going through. But here it is. Here's the new fish pass, which was installed and completed this summer gone, 2021. I'm proud to say that I was involved in that. I think the budget was about £92,000, around that. But the weir was installed at the time when they did all this, and fish couldn't get up, so it was affecting the habitat. So a lot of young fish fry were trying to get up and they were dying on that rock, and I was taking photographs and documenting it to our partners and friends at the Shropshire Wildlife Trust, Environment Agency, and importantly Seven Rivers Trust, who all three have been absolutely excellent. And they got this sorted out because it had been mentioned in EA forums like 2016 stuff that I'd attended at Uffington, but it was just a drop here and it was just flowed and the fish couldn't get up, they couldn't migrate, so they've put a concrete slope in with rocks all dotted about. You can't see it at the moment because of the water. In the summer you'll see it better, but obviously it's for the fish to be able to zigzag and, you know, make their way up. I reckon personally it'll be about 5 years and you'll see a real massive development on the fishing here on the Rea Brook. You really will. I think it was around the time this was installed, there was a nice brine trout caught down there the back end of 2009. But as I said, the old railway was up there, and obviously the next tunnel's just across. We'll have a look at that in a short while. But it's very quiet today, very quiet. But I shall make my way down. Let's have another shot of it. That's one of my achievements as Fisheries Warden for the Rea Brook on behalf of Shrewsbury Town Fisheries. Unfortunately, this has been further just down here, it's been the target of poachers, we believe, in the past. But we are aware of it, and we've got our eyes in the ears of the public who help support us. We're one big community, as well as our fishery bailiffs. We all work together as a team. You know, the public keep their eye out for us. We help support them with posts, what they need to keep their eye out for. And it's very interesting what gets back to us, what information, you know. We'd like to thank those people as well who help support us. And obviously people that are poaching or fishing illegally, thinking that they can get away with it at certain times of the day, thinking that no one's going to be about. Or there could just be an innocent dog walker going past, or a jogger who could very well spot you and let us know. So it's not as easy or as clever as what you may think. And obviously here is where the old brook meets the new brook, but obviously I say it's quite shallow, but I'll show you more when I get round there. But the old Salop laundry was there, I can remember it. Obviously now knocked down and new houses built, but I will do a video of that and show you. I think on this sign here, or the newly installed signs, there's some pictures of it, and it will give you some information as well if you ever get the chance to come down or come for a walk, either fishing or just a member of the public. Yeah, two of them are my photographs, proud to have them on here. And that's a picture of the Salop laundry, 1912, so it gives you an indication. I think it was over 2 years ago I took those photographs. They were for Shrewsbury Town Council, for a portfolio for obviously the town's entry into National Bloom Town, if I remember right. I think I probably got that wrong, but it was a national competition for the town, which we did very well. I think we won a gold award, if I remember rightly. But the new year approaching, it'll be 3 years ago. Oh, time's gone quick. But there used to be, if I remember rightly, a mill race going through here as well, which follows on round. The columns over in that direction, and the Shropshire Council building. Let's make our way through. So we're now at the back of what would have been the laundry, Salop laundry. Apparently a lot of suds, chemicals used to go in the brook. As a result, the laundry didn't do the brook any good, and the natural habitat, of course. But as you can see with the length of the video, and I'm stopping and I'm pausing, the extensive area of the brook, and having obviously the warden, bailiffs dotted up alongside it, makes it very easy for us to get on and patrol. So you know it's a long stretch. We can patrol it and keep an eye on it very, very easily due to officials' locations. Some beehives in there as well, in the woodland area. So making our way now towards Black Bridge, as we call it. Obviously give the bridges their names and their colour. So we've got Blue Bridge, Green Bridge, Black Bridge. You know, it's a lot of anglers slang, so we know roughly whereabouts places are. So someone might say Quarter Nice Chub by Blue Bridge, Quarter Nice Grayling by Black Bridge. So this is all slang for anglers, so when we can talk. Very popular with dog walkers, this area, especially in the summer. Often get a lot of dogs jumping in. So be warned if you're coming to fish here in the summer months. It was very popular, this area, I believe, at one time with anglers in Birmingham. They used to come just to fish along here for the grayling. That's a good spot just over there where it's running, goes on a curve. There's another sign along here. Obviously this road's from Rea Brook Island going towards Old Pottsway Island, which leads down to Old Pottsway, the cinema, Asda, and obviously the other way towards the other side of Shrewsbury and up the column. I won't keep you for much longer, but I'll go back round and I'll show you where the brook used to go through. Two of my photographs that shows you the old Sutton Mill water that used to go through, as I showed you earlier on in the video, and obviously grading. I took that a few years ago. That was behind, I took that behind Moneybrook Way. I think it was about 4 years ago. But it's nice to see my photography. But obviously this isn't the whole of the Rea Brook or the fishery that I've shown you. I've just gone round, and obviously I'm aware of time of this video. As I said, it'll probably be about an hour long. But you can obviously go under here, and it's Rock Street opposite the cinema, and you can come down and park down and come through here. You can obviously come to fishing or for a nice walk. Let's make our way down. I've just been talking to Rob, Fisheries bailiff, who works with me on the Rea Brook. So I've actually paused for a minute. I'm actually having a good nat and a catch up with Rob. So obviously originally I'd stopped the last footage there and walked across the fields here. And obviously the road along here is Rea Brook Island, is just here. It goes along to where Old Pottsway, Aston, the Column Island is. But we'll just have a look down here. Caught a nice brown trout here once. I think about 2015, maybe 2014. I think it was 15. obviously this was the original tunnel that the Rea Brook went through. You were never able to walk through it like the other one. The other one's obviously a lot larger. But obviously, as I said, that didn't have the brook going through it originally, as we've seen in the video. But there was a collapse here, and this was all blocked up, this tunnel. And a very little bit of the Rea Brook now goes through its old part here, and the pool here, and then obviously goes through and meets up with the new brook. The weir is just the other side of here, the fish path, sorry, no longer the weir. I'm stuck in old times. But as I said, that's the old Shrewsbury to Bridgnorth railway line. So there you have it. But Rob's just been down, just a little bit further down. So that just gives an example of how we're on it. As I mentioned just before, we approached the bridge into Rob. So that just goes to show how active we are. This is obviously another old railway bridge. Some nice murals there. Same artist that did the albino magpie. Sadly a bit of vandalism on top of them. Rea Brook Island's just over there. Obviously the steps that lead up onto the public walkway and cycle track, which I said I will do a video of that in time. And obviously always be careful here. There's different parts of the year, there's cattle here and through the fields here. Obviously always be careful and respectful. Keep your dogs on a lead, and emergency contact details if you ever see anything or any cattle in distress. Yep, so nearly an hour long this video. As I said, I hope you've enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, I'm going to be doing a lot of that catchphrasing in time. It's nice to see Rob. Hopefully Rob will be watching this after it's been uploaded. But again, thank you all for watching. It's been a long one, but very much looking forward to the future with the channels and development over time. But I shall speak to you all soon. Stay safe and take care in the meantime. Ta-ra.